What's up, everybody? Hope y'all welcome. Hope y'all are ready for today. Not welcome for today. You're always welcome. But I am. Don't know that I am. Not yet. If you're not subscribed, do that. Ring the bell so you get notifications. You know the deal. Support the channel if you want to. The links are all in the description. One of these days, we'll get the old intro back when StreamYard decides that 30 seconds isn't long enough for a video that you need to be able to update. So there we go. Looks like everybody's there. I saw y'all talking about me talking about the weather. It's not hot today. It was hot yesterday. Got to go to Galaxy's Edge yesterday in Walt Disney World. And my wife and I are putting together a video on our thoughts on that. It will be on the Country Living channel. Don't have a link to that. If you don't, then, you want to know about it, then tweet me or something. We'll do that. But yeah, we went yesterday. Long drive there, long drive back. 4 hours there, 4 hours back. So that's what we did. Oh, yeah. Wait, I saw somebody. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Who else here? Robbie Mack was here. He said that's too long to wait. Chris Gulata, Mitch 3D. Mitch Cerrone's in the house. Johnny Gardner, old curmudgeon's here. Man, that covers a lot of folks. That old curmudgeon thing. Kit's here. The Edge of Tech is here. 247 Hinky. Andrew S is in the house. 3D Printing Noob. Oh, Patrick Nijenhoff. Sean Gould. Oh, there's Robbie Mack. Sean Butler. Techie Dad. All right, hold on. I got a print starting back here, too. This thing's been aggravating the crap out of me. It printed a nice base earlier, 4 levels deep. It started on the circles on the top, and then it jammed. And since that time, I haven't been able to get it to lay a print on the base again, even though the filament's flowing freely. I mean, it's laying down lines like you wouldn't believe, but it just jams for no reason whatsoever, and it's not retraction. I've reduced the retraction on the TiVo down to 3.5 millimeters. It used to be at 4.9. What's up, Matt? How are you? There you go, Chris Gulata. How are you, Matt? Matt from How I Do It's in the house as well. My mechanic has not showed up yet. I'm watching out here for him to drive up at any minute, and he just hasn't yet. So we're gonna talk about this. I did find the firmware that I had on here when I first booted it up. I found the hard drive that those were on, and I've got it plugged in over here. So I do have those firmwares as well. I'm just, what's up, Mark Williamson? How are you? I'm still at a loss, and I did talk to the master Chris Riley about it, about the stuttering on the X and the Y, because I pumped the settings up to 900. I think it was 900 on both of those motors, and now they move harder, but they skip as they go back and forth. So that's aggravating me. All right, see, it's laying perfect lines. Hold on. That may do it. I heard you. I heard you talking to me. I will thicken it up just a little bit. It's really funny because at 0.5, it looks really good, but I just heard it skipping the extruder, so it's trying to extrude too fast at that height. So I moved it up to 100 to give it a little more room to squirt out more filament. That seems to be not skipping, and it seems to be laying a smooth base. So my baby stepping may have been off. It's aggravating, but it's working. It's working now. 31-hour resin print. Dude, I think the longest one I've ever had was 19 hours. 31 hours is a long damn time. All right, let me plug in a power cord because I had this off my desk earlier. I actually work from in here too now. Now that I've got it where it will cool off in here, I can actually work in here. So that's cool. No, the steppers are hardwired. The thing is, it doesn't matter what you do. If I put the X motor on one of the Z's and move the Z's, it does the same thing. But the Z's move just smooth as silk. So it's not the board. The board is fine. Some setting that I've got somewhere, somehow, is not right. Okay. And I don't understand that. Like I said, this is the board that was on it to begin with. So I don't understand that. But I've got it. So when it boots up, and I don't have my camera over here so you can see, you might be able to see the board move. I don't know. And he did say to do one thing. All right, so if I do this, and see, now it's just stuttering back and forth. That's just ridiculous. And it wasn't doing this earlier. Let's try Y. But I may have the wrong cable on it. No, I've got the right cable. It's there. Correct cable. All right. All right, so that is working just fine. Let me see if I can trip that damn thing without mashing my finger. Yeah. So it goes forward and backwards just fine. This one does. But it's stuttering. It's like like a machine gun stutter. And now it will go forward and backwards when I'm messing with the switch, because my switches are reversed, which is correct. What's up, Jim? I haven't worked on this. I told you I do stuff live. I don't play with it on the thing. But I don't understand. I just don't get it, man. Is red on top? No, black's on top. That may be why you're not working. Flip over, dummy. Now there's something meteor. Let's see. All right, let's move this. So while I'm waiting on my mechanic to get here, that's just not enough power to that motor. That's all there is to it. Yeah, it's the switches making it move back and forth. So that's working. It's just some reason I'm not getting enough power. It's just ridiculous. So let me close this slice down. Hopefully this will... See? It's jammed again. There's no reason for that to be jammed. There's nothing wrong with the filament. It's not stuck. It's not anything. It's going right through. Pause. I haven't heard not one skip, nothing. And if I just pause it right there, the filament is just sliding out. It's just like it's too close to the damn bed. Maybe it is. I will reset it to what it was before, because I tried to lower it. I didn't think it needed to be that high. So we'll see. Hold on. Nope. Saw a shadow. Thought it might have been him driving up, but it wasn't. Let's try it again. See if it works this time. Nope. No MMU2 syndrome. There's never been an MMU2 on this. Put a Tim Allen on it. I hear you. What's up, you and Todd? Nope. No success so far. App Pupil's here. He's on the clock. HVAC A to Z. What's up, Sergio? Sergio sent me a box. He said he was sending me a bunch of crap. That's what he said. And a power supply. .3D printing and painting. How are you? But hopefully, I don't even got my keyboard over here. Let me go open this file. Let's plug this in. Oh, come on. Don't be breaking crap. plug this in. Let me go open the firmware that I had on here before. 3D Medic Vents in here, I see. Yeah, that sucks. 247 Hinky. Betty Boop's in the house. Stephen the Lightspeed. I have not yet, Stephen. I want to get this one working. I don't want to, hold on. NAS printer firmware. This would be the Frankenframe is what I called that. Marlin 118. Marlin. Let's open her up. Now, this is the exact firmware that I was running on the other machine. No Prusa firmware. No nothing. No, I don't want the new version of Arduino. I want my tools, Rambo board. All right. COM6 is fine. So over in my configuration, nope, no new boot screen. That's all good. Board's a mini Rambo, so making sure I had the right thing here. Let's boot this. Let's run this one to see what we get. Man, I can't wait till Saturday. How many of y'all know what's going on Saturday? I know one of y'all knows. I know one of y'all has to know. Has to know. Nope. No mechanic yet. I saw a car go by. I thought it might have been him. But it wasn't. Anybody know what's going on Saturday? Are you done yet? Nope. Still compiling. All right. It's compiling. We'll see. Guess what I get to do Saturday morning? Since the room is cleaned out in here, I get to take all of my servers that I had in the house, and bring them over here. Saturday is bath day. It might be. It might be. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to run those in here or not. Not even one of them. Hamrod's Day at the Piggly Wiggly. It might be, Sean Gould. Might be. Well, hey there, Mark L. Baker. How you been? Nope. Another car. Another car went by. But I didn't change anything in this sketch. I do need to reverse the switches here. But this should, in all theory, it's writing now. I can see the lights screaming over here. Let me try to move you just a little. Now hold on to you, slide you over just a little. It's uploading. What do you have on those servers and what are they used for? They used to be, well, they are actually. I mean, if I boot them up, they'll still be the exact same thing they were. It's a bunch of web servers in a cluster with SQL servers on them. I used them for my web applications. The problem is that they run so they're older. They're 2011 models, right? They all have like 6-core Intel, forgot the name of the processors, but there's 4 processors in it, 96 gigs of RAM in each one, anywhere from 6 to 20 terabytes in each one. So, no, they're not. They're not. I just sort of kind of got the door closed on it. They're not straight at all, my friend. Oh, wow. Yeah, that probably didn't look good. Got to find the switch. It's there somewhere. There it is. Let's try this. Take out this right here and let's boot it up. I don't know what firmware that was, but it didn't work, whatever it was. Because all I get's a bunch of blank lines like I had before. So let's try the Prusa firmware that I have on there. Why is my thing closed there? Let's go to the NAS, back up here. Printer firmware. Let's close this one. I didn't make any changes, so we'll close that. Let's open this one. What's up, Hawk? How are you, buddy? Let's go to the, what is this supposed to say down here? Oh, go to configuration H. This looks like Prusa firmware. Firmware 3.1, yep, Prusa.H, Prusa H, Advanced Prusa H. So this one is Prusa firmware for the Mark 42. I'm going to try this one. Oh, turn it on, dummy. I'm good, man. Tired of working on this bear, ready for it to print so I can button everything up and clean up. I got all these nice little, what you call it here, these wire clips that I printed out. They're all ready to go. And I can't even put them on. Oh, and guess what else? For the alien build, I even printed these little aliens right here that I'm going to glue right on top of my thing right up here. So they're going to have, it's going to have aliens sticking on top right there. How cool is that? All right. Problem uploading the board. The handle is invalid. Port COM6. Board manager is Rambo, which is fine. All right, let's try this again. All right, I'm done with you. Let's compile the sketch first. Let's make sure to compile first, because that's one problem I had with the Prusa stuff. I couldn't get it to compile. $247 Hinky. It's actually a bare upgrade. All the parts and stuff were designed to upgrade a Prusa Mark III to this printer. So that's basically what this is a bare upgrade. But it ain't worked for me yet. That's still printing, so maybe I just needed to raise it up a little bit. That was probably my fault. It's done compiling. So now, let's see what we get. What's up, Michael Cassell? Thank you, Michael Fox. I understand that. But it is what it is. I don't know why it's not finding it. Why is it not finding my... Oh, now it's uploading. Maybe it got to it this time. Robert V-Line, what's up, my friend? How are you? Rambo on COM6. It's just weird that it'll compile the Prusa 3.1 firmware. Nothing after that. The 3.2 stuff will not compile. which is really, really weird. Oh. Says it's done uploading, and it shows it on here. So let's go see. Go down to settings and see if we can move an axis. Ain't enough power there to do anything. And I mean that. I mean, it barely can feel the motor going tick, 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 tick. How about the Y? It's trying harder than the X, that's for sure. But it's against the thing back here. Got one more try. Let's close this out. There was another one in that same. Why do I keep closing that damn folder? Printer firmware. No, that's just Arduino add-ons. That's not it. There's nothing even in this. So it's just the one that I had open. So no changes. This is the one that was on it before. If I go to the advanced, I don't even know where the PWM settings are in this thing. They're in the prusa.h file. I don't know. My mechanic will be here. Yeah, here's my 415 Z-Max height. Yeah, this is the one I had on it. This is the PWMs that I had on it. I really don't understand. That's the steps per unit. Freddie Old Seth, what's up? David Houghton, what's going on, my friend? Johnny Gardner, welcome. So, and I know y'all can't see it. Let me share my screen here. This is the, got to share the screen, right? I go here and share. Boom. All right. So there we go. So this is the, here, let me maximize that. There we go. Can y'all see that? Can y'all even read that? And I know some of you on your phone won't be able to. But this is the configuration prusa.h file. Accelerations, max feed rate. I was looking for the PWM stuff for the motor, and I don't know where it's at. Right here. That's the digipot. So I've got the X at 270. That needs to be about 1100. And I should be able to do it about 900 or so. You would think, right? It's going good, Paul Cumber. How are you? The Y is moving very decently at 830. So let's make this one 900. And see what that does. I bet on your phone I can imagine what you see. Not much of anything. Let me hook that up out of the way. All right, so let me grab my keyboard over here because I'm going to need it when the mechanic gets here because he's going to make me type in some stuff. I know he is. And try stuff out. Thanks, Sergio. Yeah, I can see me getting up there and saying, hey man, I need support from my bear. You need to help me with my bear. Well, and the thing is, the motors that is moving smoothly right now are the two new ones. They do move smooth in the Z up, I believe. Let's check it and see. Now you got to remember, I haven't move axis, move Z. Yeah, those are so smooth. They won't go up because, but it's quiet. So quiet. I can crash that into the bed. But yeah, that's so quiet, and it's working just fine. Oh. Did I not do? I'm an idiot. Let me stop sharing this. Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Forgot all about it. There it is. There it is. I think my mechanic's driving up in the yard. I have to wait for him to knock on the door. He got a mobile home. I thought he was getting a house over there. I didn't think he got a mobile home. Paul Cumber, my football team hasn't played yet. Hey, I hear my mechanic knocking. Should I let him in? Here, let's let him in. What's up, Christopher Riley?
What's up, people? How's it going?
Everybody knew it was either going to be you or Shane coming on because I said my mechanic was coming.
I think Shane is contractually obligated not to work on bears.
Oh, I'm sure. But I opened up the firmware that I had on it because I found my hard drive where it was at, and I found it. Okay. And this is the Prusa firmware version 3.1.0.
Okay.
And I looked at my motor currents, and yeah, it said they worked before. I just don't see how, because the one is set at like 130.
Oh.
Let me control Z this. Oh, no, it was set at 270. That was on my X. My Y is moving, stuttering, like I told you last night, and I tried mashing the switch, and it would then go in both directions, but it was still stuttering.
Let's see here. So maybe you had something in EEPROM that was keeping your voltage up.
Oh yeah, before you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. How do you clear the EEPROM?
M502 and then do M500 to save it.
All right, so I got to go to Pronterface. So we want to clear that out before we do anything else, right?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, so let's open up Pronterface. And connect. Let's see if it'll let me connect. It did. How about that? Hard-coded default settings loaded is what it said.
Excellent.
SD in it failed because there's not an SD card in it. So M502. That's it? Just M502?
Yeah, 502. That'll load defaults.
Default settings loaded, and then M500.
500 to save it.
And it's saved. All right, so everything is hunky-dory.
Cool.
Now, this is, like I said, this is the code that I was running on the Frankenframe, what people called the Frankenframe before, the tall silver one that I had.
Right, okay.
Thank you, Robert V-Line. I don't see it on the screen. I don't know where it came from, but thank you. I see that I got something via PayPal. Thank you very much. I'll look a little later. Okay. So now I've got this up, and if I share my screen, it's even hard for you to see when I share my screen, but I will.
Okay.
This is what was in the share. Go to full size. Now, can you read that?
If I made it a little bigger, I might be able to. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think I can't. I was trying to do the like the shift scroll or alt scroll to zoom in. There's no zooming in the Arduino IDE.
Let's see if the it's still a little distorted.
I don't know how to zoom in.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any making it bigger. Does I'm guessing Control plus sign doesn't do anything, right?
I don't know. No.
Yeah. So that's fine. So pronter face M503. What do we got in there, just for starters?
All right, hold on here. M503. Now, let me maximize this so I can read it to you. What do you need to know?
It's probably the very last line. M907. Those are the voltages. What are they?
Hold on. I'm getting there. Acceleration 204, 205, 206, 301, 207, 208. There is no 907.
Okay. So what? So you probably just told me this, but I'm going to go back over it. So what board do we have loaded right now? Mini Rambo?
Yeah, it's a Mini Rambo.
Okay. Do we have Prusa or Marlin firmware loaded?
Right now, I've got Prusa. This is the Prusa firmware.
Okay, and you said it was 3.1?
3.1, yeah.
Okay. If you do an M907 and hit enter, does that display the voltages?
No, it just says sending M907.
How about M906?
M906. Invalid M code.
Okay. So I'm guessing that they haven't enabled that, the display command on Prusa firmware in that version. It comes in later versions, and I think the last one is like 3.2 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing that I wanted to see if we could do first is get this so that I can compile the newer versions of the firmware.
Yep, we can do that. Absolutely.
This has the S on it or the filament sensor and all that stuff. This is actually a 2.5. So okay. If I could do that, that would be even better. So I'm going to close. Let me close Pronter Face. So I'm disconnected from everything. And then I'll close Marlin. And I've got a copy of the... No, I don't want to change to the firmware. All right. So I have a copy of the 3. Whatever it is. The latest 2.5 off of the Prusa GitHub.
Okay.
This is the... Let me go find the folder. Because when I put the hex of 372 on here, all I get is a blank screen.
Okay.
All right. So firmware, I'm going to open it right now. This is... I'll look in just a second and see what it is. All right, the firmware that this says is, it doesn't give the version anymore inside the firmware. So there's no version in here anymore, so I don't know what version this is. It's the latest on GitHub for the 2.5.
Okay.
All right, what do we need to do?
All right, so you can't compile it right now. If you try to compile it, it throws a big error.
Hold on, let me hit the compile. I can't read there. It's too small on my screen for me.
Okay.
And it's a 24-inch monitor. I think I need to go in and put my what do they call those? The elderly assist on there and zoom in. Give me one of those little magnifying programs where I can magnify over portions of the screen.
There you go.
There's one of those already, right? Isn't there one built into Windows?
Yeah, like what are they, mobile or something ability assist, or I don't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Magnifier. There we go. I've got one. Let me click it. Oh, now.
Hey, I can read it now.
I can see it. All right, so I don't know. It's got all kind of. There we go. Let's go up here. Yeah, the mesh bed calibration, blah blah blah.
Okay, so that looks like a mismatch in the IDE. So what version of IDE you got?
How do I turn this friggin' app off? There it is. Close. Whew. Man, I can't do that. What version of what? 1.1.8. Oh wait, that says 169.
Yeah, so it can't understand the new type of instruction. So we need 1.8.5.
All right, so Do I need to go update or is
I
there?
think you got to do it from scratch. So just close this out and then let's download one.
All right, so let's go to Arduino IDE.
And the newest one will throw problems too, but that 1.8.5 seems to work all the time.
Okay, so old software releases.
Yeah, let's try that.
1.8.8.
Yeah, keep going down.
Oh no, there we go. 1.8.5.
Yep, that guy.
Windows installer. I contribute. All right. So let me take this off and we'll sit here while I install this. So how's your day going?
Oh, not too bad. Hey, everyone in chat that I missed. If you said hey.
Yeah, that magnifier thing, man, it doesn't let you magnify portions of the screen. It magnifies the entire thing. Every window went like super large.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's just really weird because when I first booted this up after I got it built, it was exactly the same firmware with no difference. All right. Okay to uninstall. I'm uninstalling that. Got to uninstall the other one first. It's deleting a bunch of files. But yeah, when I first started this up, it was in the exact same configuration it was when I took it apart, minus the frame.
Right.
Same heated bed, same everything. All right, so that's done.
And on that printer build, you were using ANET motors then, right?
Yeah, these are the exact same motors, same Y motor, same. Well, now I did change out the motor for another ANET motor, so I did do that, but that was because I thought that motor was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Gustner's talking about portable folders and zip files. Gustner's a genius when it comes to things like this. He doesn't understand that we don't get it.
I know. I know. I know. He's like, don't use the installer, use this. And I'm like, look, man, I write software, but that's what I do. I write software. I write web applications and big ones, to be sure. But
he needs to come on one of these and explain it to me one of these days.
All right. All right. So now I have it open. So now I need to open that firmware again.
Yeah, go ahead and open it back up. Let's verify.
Got to find the folder. And it is right there. Yeah, I mean, he was telling me to use some SH file, the .sh file.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. A shell script of some kind, but I don't even know how to run those on Windows.
Yeah, and so what he's saying, he wants to install the Linux subsystem on Windows, and that file that he's talking about is the one that he created on GitHub for this.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
I'm not doubting that, you know.
Yeah, and I do that. I that Linux shell or whatever on Windows. I've done that a couple of times, and I use it, but I still haven't ran through his script yet. So
right,
I'm still half-assing it with the rest of us.
Okay, so it says Arduino 185 up there at the top.
Yep, hit verify and let's see what it says.
Oh, check it and verify. All right. If I can even read what it says. It ain't done yet, but. And I do have an 9Z Rambo that Lightspeed sent me. I do have another board that I could plug this into, but I don't think it's going to make any difference right now. Yeah. I may just need new motors. These motors might have sit around and went bad. I don't know. Electronics has a habit of going bad if you just leave it sitting.
Yeah, I watched back some of your, I don't know, what was it, from Tuesday? And you were flipping out motors, and it was kind of following. Those motors, I mean, I could see one bad one, but man, those things are so solid. Right.
Well, even the ANET A8 ones, all they did was laser etch some on some cheap NEMA 17s. I mean, they're. All right, so. Yeah, now it says Arduino cache, blah, 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 code, Aver Rambo, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
In function, find bed offset and skew. Yeah. Incompatible lines. That's where it starts at. That's not the last. xcal.cpp. What is that? zccg.c. Whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, that's the same error that we had before.
No.
Oh, no?
No, the one before was in mesh bed leveling.
Okay, well, there's two things that I know to do to get that compiled to work. So you've already got your configuration underscore Pruso configured, right?
Well, I did not rename the other one, if that's what you're asking me.
Rename but you have a configuration underscore Pruso.
Yes, there is one in here. And it shows that it's set for the Rambo Mini 1.3, which is what I've got in here. So
Okay.
I would think that would be correct. I wouldn't have to change it.
Yeah, it should still compile. That's fine. So in your pull down over there on the top right, do you still have a config.h file?
It's configuration.h.
Well, there should be a config.h as well.
Yes, there is.
Okay, if you jump into config.h,
okay,
there's going to be a language selection, and 0 is so you can select the language, and 1 is English. What is it set to right now?
There's a channel mask, number of used channels, oversampling, callback function, and default step delay. That's all that's in this file. There's no language selection.
Okay. Well, I guess that's actually the first question. Do you have in your board manager? Do you have Rambo selected?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Okay. So there's no language setting in that version.
No.
Okay. So the only other setting I know is we have to update some flags on the compiler in your AVR. So if you go to C drive users, your username, and then you go into app data local.
C users, app data local. Hold on, where you at? App data local.
And then Arduino 15 packages, Rambo hardware, AVR 1.01.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be a platform.txt.
Yeah.
Open that guy up.
Okay.
And then you're going to see name equals Rambo, version 1.5, and then some compiler flags.
There's no compiler flags.
Okay, that's underneath that version line, you need to add this line. And I will put it in.
I can't copy from chat, so.
Can you do from private chat?
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Let's try that.
No. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. So I need to put this line underneath?
Yes.
All right. Do I need to close the IDE right now?
Yeah, you'll have to
restart it.
Close and reopen, yeah.
All right, so just this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all you have to add.
All right. Close Notepad++. Let's go try it again. And this time, go back to the downloads. I keep closing Explorer for some ungodly reason. All right. So you can confirm, you can compile all the new firmware with 1.8.5?
Yes.
All right. So I've got it opened again. Let's see if it'll compile this time. Missing some comments over here.
Yeah, Gusner, it's not the fact that I don't listen. So config.h is language, but Walter says that there is no language setting in that file.
There's not. There's nothing in that file. I mean, I can show it to you.
Well, and I don't know if that's if that's because it's 2.5. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's trying real hard. Oh, I see a Nope. Got a bunch of, says unrecognizable INSN colon.
Yeah, and that's like, it doesn't know. It's almost like, and it says 1.8.5 at the top, huh?
Yeah. I go to help, Arduino, 1.5.
All right, let me get the firmware so we're working on the same thing here. And you just went out to GitHub and you grabbed 2.5.
Yeah, I went down to the 2.5 branch.
Yep.
And just grabbed the latest.
Okay, let's get that.
All right, so I need to define, hold on. Define language mode 1 has to be set 0 in config.h file. All right, so I'll go do that.
And
that's
usually,
from Gusner. So
yeah, it usually has define language mode 1, and it doesn't have a comment on it, and then it has a define language mode 0 that does. So I just uncomment one and comment out the other.
All right, so lang, LANG _ MODE space 0. And there's no semicolons at the end of the define line. So
yeah. So yeah, I see what you're talking about, Walter. So yeah, if you throw that in there, maybe that'll
all right, let me save that file and compile it again. Were you getting the same thing?
I haven't compiled it yet, but I did look at your config file. Now I see what you mean.
That blew up more. It still says unrecognizable INSN colon.
All right, let me compile here. Configuration.
And it's still in the find bed offset and skew.
Okay, so this one already has a configuration preset for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me compile it. Nope, not on Rambo. Should probably be on Rambo. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, right.
I appreciate that. Okay. I got LTO wrapper failed.
Well, and I don't know what else to do. I mean, I'm at a loss here at compiling the new firmware.
Yeah, don't worry, we got this. Let me see.
Also, add in file preferences. Can you copy that comment that Gusner put and put it in private chat so I can go out there?
Yeah.
Add in file preferences. I will. Okay. Does it need to be lang mode 1?
Yeah, 1 is English, 0 is like the list.
Okay, because Gusner said 0, but that's fine. I've got it set to 1.
Oh, Gusner says 0, huh?
Yeah, that's what he said earlier, but you got that download link or whatever?
Yeah, I'm switching my Arduino here. Let's see.
Okay.
It's like I say, there's comments for it in the earlier firmwares. Let me just pull up one of those.
Yeah, can you add multiples to this?
Multiple.
Yeah, I guess you can. You can add multiples to this, 1 to each row. Because the only place to add the URLs, the board manager URLs, is in that's the only place you can add a URL in preferences. That's what he said to do.
Right. But that's just for adding the Rambo plugin.
Yeah, but this one may be different. I don't know.
Let me grab.
Because right now it's coming from Ultimachine. Yeah, GitHub user content, Ultimachine, Arduino add-ons, master package, Ultimachine index.json is what I'm using right now.
Yeah, and Mini Rambo, that should be fine. Now, Prusa, the Mark III has another library now. But I believe that's just for Einstein.
But they might have added some stuff in there for this one that this code needs or something, because I don't know when the last time they developed this code was. I didn't even look.
Right. So unrecognized INST. So that's what I am getting now.
So you're getting the exact same thing I'm getting.
Yes.
So let's copy that link that Gusner sent and try that one. I don't know.
Let me look at config. Let me look at the new firmware here, real quick and compare it, and then I will know for sure.
Yeah, INSN :
Yeah, primary language only. Gusner's right. You need lang mode 0.
Okay. So I put 0. And I Control S, right, to save this.
Yep.
But when I compile, I get the same thing that way too.
All right, let me. Okay, same thing. So let me. Do this.
How about that, y'all? I found something Chris Riley ain't even seen yet.
Package. Okay.
This error happens when the option -FFastmath is added to the compilation options, while all the other options are left as default set by whatever.
Justin's probably yelling at his screen right now.
No! He probably is. Don't use higher than 3.7.2 as Prusa changed a few things and you need more things to do. Which I don't know, whatever the latest 2.5 is. I did, Shane. If you weren't working, I'd call you in too. We'd all three be sitting there scratching our head. But the thing is, Shane, I don't think Shane is a firmware guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that takes a special look, kind of crazy.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, on the Prusas that you get from Prusa, he doesn't have to, you know, he can take, hey, I'm getting an error on this or whatever, but he doesn't have to troubleshoot people compiling firmware for them most of the time.
Right.
And if he does, he goes, well, I'll ask the developers, because I've asked him questions about it before. And he's like, I'll send a note to the developers and see what they say. Because he even responded, nope, I'm not. That would be Chris.
Packages, Arduino, nope, Rambo.
Yeah, Gusner said that's the reason I wrote the pf-build.sh script, as the manual things you have to change is a nightmare.
when you load that ANSI library, it wipes out your Rambo library. That's not cool.
Note that I could compile the get head of MK. Okay. Hold on. Extern volatile is needed for long count position.
Sounds like something where you should consult your doctor.
This is with the following platform. What the hell is that? It doesn't say where to add it. Number defined pi. You got to change this line. What file is this? It doesn't say what file this is. It's declared volatile in one. It's not declared volatile in the other. And that's what it's saying is the reason. RCCNC, this is just a straight up mini Rambo. It's not the ANSI Retro. All right, so I don't even know where this line is at, what file this is. Here we go. Yeah, the XYZ Cal CPP is the problem. And it's this right here. Hold on. Let me see if that gets rid of that error. XYZ Cal PPP. And it says to get rid of this line, I'm going to comment this out and add this other line. I'm going to try it. Then I'll compile and see. See, now this is code that I understand. I understand the code, the C++ code I understand.
Yeah.
All right, that fixed the compile, Chris.
Okay.
If you go to your drop down and go to the XYZ Cal CPP, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll find, and I don't know what line this is, but there's a external variable long count underscore position num axis. I mean, it's at the top. I mean, it's 30 lines down, maybe. Extern long count underscore position.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So comment that out and paste the one I'm sending you in private chat in below it.
Interesting.
Well, from what this is on, what is this? This is on GitHub.com. Prusa. This is one of the things that was done in 2018 on April 12th, actually, and it says it's somewhere else in the code. This variable is volatile, but in here they were declaring it as not. So
Gotcha.
that's why.
Okay. Yeah,
we're compiling.
Yep.
All right. So do I need to send this to the board, or are we going to make some changes first?
Go ahead and send it to the board. Let's see what we get. I'm guessing you've got a riprap LCD, so it's probably going to go black.
I do have the riprap cheap $13 LCD.
Yeah,
and what I was getting before when I try to do the hex files from 372, is that it goes blank with two bars across it. It's all I get.
Okay.
It's just
and that's
nothing.
that's because they're flipped upside down.
So I need to flip them on the screen itself.
You can probably just flip them on the board side. Just turn them 180. Go ahead and see if it works or
I tried
does.
that. I tried that, and then it was just black.
Because I know.
Then I got no power to the board whatsoever.
Well, maybe I'm trying to think what that would change if you flipped them on the board side, or if it mattered between the board and the.
Shouldn't matter, I wouldn't think.
No.
This is still uploading, so I'm gonna turn this so I can see the screen. Oh, dang! There we go. Give it a little slack. I need about a USB cable that's about 2 foot longer. Did we have a troll? Oh no, there's 3D printing trolls in here.
So technically, yes.
He said, "How many YouTubers does it take to compile firmware?" Well, 2. I'm sure Chris would have found it eventually by himself.
Being on YouTube doesn't make me good at compiling firmware.
I hear you. I mean, just because that's like saying that anybody that does 3D printing should be able to compile firmware.
Somebody was talking about
the firmware is up and running, and it says this is an unofficial, unsupported build, blah, blah, blah.
Excellent.
Old settings found, default PID, E-steps, etc. will be set.
Cool.
And the screen comes up with no question marks. I have Z0. My thermistors are working. No SD card because I don't have one in here.
Beautiful.
So I have firmware now. So now I'm going to move axis. Okay.
Okay.
Which one should I move? Z, Y, X, or does it matter?
Don't matter to me.
All right. I can barely feel the motor trying to turn with the X axis.
Okay.
And when it gets to 0, of course, it stops. But it says it's trying to turn in both directions. But I get almost nothing.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and try the rest. Let's try Y and Z and just see what happens.
Okay. Let's go to Y. Move Y. Y moves a little bit. And then, of course, it goes to the back. I think my motors are backwards for Prusa. So
that's fine.
My plus should be bringing it to the front, but it's taking it to the rear. But it is moving. It is still doing the stutter step.
Okay. So my next speculation is the motors that Prusa is using are going to probably be a lot more efficient than the ones that ANET uses.
Okay, so I've got generic and ANET on here.
Okay. And I'm looking in that firmware for voltages. So PWM on default is 540, 830, 500. Now 830 is Z, so I would almost bet the Z moves.
Yes, the Z moves.
Okay. So now if you connect up with Pronterface, does it show, if you do the M503, does it show that M907 line?
Let's find out. Now I have to disconnect with Arduino, is that right? Or
now Arduino should be fine. You have to disconnect Pronterface if you want to use Arduino, but the other way around. Yeah.
All right, so let's connect. It's connecting. F sensor disabled. Paused for user. So now we're doing what? An M503?
Yeah.
Oh, it says pause. Oh, it rebooted. So yeah, I still don't see a 907 on here. It ends with a M209 S0.
Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Let me look at mine real quick.
Well, you know that's always a possibility.
It's always a wild card.
Let Need to say thank you, Robert V-Line, again for the $10, man. I do appreciate it. It is very much appreciated.
Robert V-Line is the best.
Hey, my daughter's in the house too. What's up, Danielle Gray?
Hey, Danielle. Okay, yeah, we're on board then. You're right. I think that's a Marlin thing. So just for fun, do M907 X 900.
X 900.
Yeah.
Enter. It's in it.
Okay. Now on your LCD, try to move your X motor.
Move axis. Move X. And now it's just bouncing. It's moving, but it's stuttering like crazy. My belt is not that daggum tight. I mean, it's tight, but it ain't that tight.
But it did act different after we did that command.
Yeah, it's got a lot more power in the stutter, but it's stuttering when trying to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going backwards, it won't move at all. Not even trying when I try to help it. There it goes. It's moving now when I try to help it. It's like the damn motor's sticking to the freaking rods, but it's not. I can move it back and forth relatively easily. So,
and the only time I see stuff like that, is like when one of the stator wires is it's got a bad connection on one of the wires or something.
Yeah. Well, I do have another couple of wires over here. So I can try to change wires if you like.
Yeah. I guess we start there. From what the work you were doing the other day, though, it looked like you could pull the motor out and it would turn, but it wouldn't fight you any. You weren't getting any torque.
Right. That's correct. All right. So move you over here. Yeah, see, I can move that pretty slick there. All right, let's plug you in. Now, this will only plug in one way, and that is the correct way. This is one off of my Z that I was using yesterday, and they were working fine with this wire, but I had some brand new ones, so I figured I would try those. Come on. There we go. All right, let's plug the X motor back in with the new wire. It's back in. Let's boot it up. And let's see what we get here. For one, I need to move printer face so I can see the Chris Riley in the chat because I can't see anything. And Danielle said, hey, Chris.
Hey.
Thank you, Robbie Mack. Man, you all right. Hey, come to Earth, man. I'll buy you another free beer. I have no problem with that whatsoever. All right, so we're here. Now I have to do the Pronter Face M900, the 900 again to it, right?
Well, it should really it should move at the lower voltage, but maybe not well, but you shouldn't be having that hopping back and forth.
Oh, I can feel it trying to move.
Yeah.
But it's just, there's not enough power to it to do anything. I'll tell you what, let's do this right here. Because the motors may not be any good.
Yeah. That's a possibility, but I don't know.
Yeah, see, I set it to 1100, and it's still doing the same exact thing it was doing before. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it chattering.
That's it moving. That's the machine gun sound I get when it moves. And it doesn't matter which direction I move it, it's moving in the same direction. Moving in one direction only.
Huh.
Like I said, maybe the board. We may have to swap this out to the INZ on Sunday.
Does Y do the same kind of chatter thing?
Hold on. Do you want me to set the volume up to it, or is this already done it?
If you hit X, it does X and Y. So.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it chatters, but it moves very smoothly. I mean, I say smoothly. It's doing the skipping thing, but it's moving of its own accord relatively easily, you know? I mean, because I've got motors. I got printers over here I can snatch motors off of to try.
Yeah.
I just hate taking apart perfectly good working printers to get motors.
Yeah.
And I looked. I don't have two more anywhere, so I'd have to order motors.
Are you? And you're. I mean, when you built that printer, you're using. I mean, not that it's not going to matter much, but I mean, you're using all the stuff off of Pruso, like I don't know, 20-tooth pulleys and all that good stuff, right?
Dude, I don't know. These might be 16. These might be 16. But even that wouldn't make it skip that bad.
Yeah, it's not going to matter that much. I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, and I know that the Z motors are not the same because these are 4-star T8s.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have an MK3 to take apart.
All right.
I mean, we can try just going straight Marlin firmware if you like, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter.
I'm trying to think what would cause that.
Yeah, Sean Gould, this when I took this apart, this was working fine. And I mean, lots of people saw it working. What's up, Ron? The Happy Extruder's in the house.
Hey, Ron.
I could do that. The problem is then you get into, what do they call that? The wrap pairs that are in these. If you try to plug this into just another wire on another printer, yeah, I can probably get it to spin, but it'll stutter or whatever because the pairs may not be synced up correctly.
Yeah.
I know it took forever to get that crap to work the first time. I tell you what, Chris, just hop on a plane, come on down here. Bring a couple motors with you.
Sometimes it'd be easier, man.
I hear you. But I could. Oh, well, they didn't from when I had it running before, Robbie, to now. So, I mean, they should be working just fine now as they are. And I don't have one that I can just get to. I've got the country bow down here, but God almighty, moving that thing's a pain.
Because, I mean, that's the same board you had on that printer, right?
Yeah, same board. And I had it wrapped in bubble wrap the whole time. I mean, it's been, taken care of. I wasn't like throwing it around.
Yeah.
I'm seriously thinking leaning motors, man. That's what I'm leaning. But it does it on all of them. Even the Z motors that I had on there before, I brought one of those up here and plugged it in, and it does the exact same thing. I mean, they've still got the lead screws on them, right? So when I plug this in and hold this lead screw and hold the motor, it doesn't fight me at all.
Yeah.
And it stutters the same way. I mean, the board could have went bad. Like I said, with the heat and humidity here, could have done something to the board. I just find it weird that the Z works and the X and Y don't.
Yeah. Same here. Let's see. What's wrong here?
But at least now I can compile proofs of firmware, which is cool.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, this has the 2.5 upgrade. So I've got the upgraded Pender probe, and I've got the filament sensor on here, the 30-degree part cooling fan, all that's on here. But it was all on the other printer as well. It's the same Mark 42 bed, 52 bed, 12 volt.
So if you jump into Pronterface now and run an M119, what do your end stops have to say?
M119 on Prusa, they should be right. It says it's paused for me because I guess it decided to restart. I don't know. They're open.
Okay. And if you hold your finger on one and run that, it's going to be closed, right?
Hold on, let's see. On the Y and hit enter, it says when I do do this again. Okay, it says Z minimum is triggered, which is correct if it's not, right?
Z min is triggered.
That's what it said. Z max is open. When the red light is on, isn't the minimum triggered on the Pender probe?
Yeah, so it should be TNP, so it's triggered all the time until
it sees metal.
Right.
So if I hit enter there, okay, it's triggered, and Y is open. When I hold Y is triggered. Let me go over here, hold X, and hit it again. X is triggered, but now Z min is open, which it should be because I put metal up underneath it. So yeah, the end stops are working exactly how they should right now.
Okay.
Which, because I have a set of Prusa, I actually have a set of Prusa end stops on here. Thanks to a unnamed friend that does tech support.
So mine, well, let me.
So really and truthfully, the only thing that I should have to change in the firmware is the X and Y and maybe the Z motor, direction.
So when your red light is on,
yeah,
it's saying it's triggered.
Yeah. No, it's open.
Okay, when the red light's on.
Yeah, when the red light's on,
Okay.
It's open.
Okay, yep.
And when I put pliers under it and hit the thing, it says open. It still says it's open. Now it's triggered. I just kept hitting M119 and it changed. Now it's triggered all the time. Let's take it out. It's triggered. It's triggered. It's triggered. Triggered. Open. And my pliers have been sitting here. You saw that. Put it back because it says it's open. The light is off. Hit enter. Open, open, open. Triggered. So it's like it's not triggering immediately. Now, that being the case, and you don't have one, I don't think you have a 2.5, do you?
I don't have a 2.5. I got a 2 and a 3.
Well, the thing is, the 2.5 with this Pender probe, it has the extra wire.
Yeah.
That comes off, and I don't know if it goes up or goes down on the plug. So that could be backwards.
Okay.
It doesn't show, and it goes into those plugs where the fan is that don't have a plastic part around them to give you a direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So 2.5, they have you plugging that wire into a thermistor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So they actually split it off.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 up top, and then the 1 down below. And I mean, I can show you the picture because I still have those up, but I didn't know which way that it said to go because it doesn't really say. Hold on.
Yeah, if you're putting it on one of those 2-wired, it probably doesn't matter. Because those are just looking for a thermistor or a resistor of some kind.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought it was positive and negative. No, this is the fan. Hold on. Let me pull up which fan this is. It's the print cooling fan. I thought they had positive and negative on those.
Oh, if it's a print fan, I thought we were talking about the thermistor wire.
Hold on, I'll show you where it says to plug it in at. Let me go find the damn thing. Hello. English manuals. I had the damn picture up. Did I close it? That's all proofs of firmware. English manuals. Proofs of obsolete manuals. And I need the 2 to the, that's 2S. 2S to MMU. I need the 2. That's 2.5. What? The 2S to 2.5. I don't know what the difference was with the 2S. Electronics. All right, and I'll share my screen when I get there.
I found the picture, I think. So V cable 4-wire goes in the pinned position, and then
and it's just a white wire that goes down beside the part cooling fan.
Yep. No, that one. So that one goes in the middle thermistor slot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Maybe you're feeding voltage back into that board.
Hold on just a minute. Let me see. Let me unplug it from pronter face so I can turn my light on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. All right. So the single white wire. Hold on. All right. So you're right. The Pender probe goes under the X and Y, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
The filament sensor is the other one.
Yep.
Okay. The filament sensor, and that you said that doesn't matter because it goes, well, it does though. For the filament sensor, it would have to go in one direction or the other, correct?
Yeah, it goes on AUX 3 on the bottom row of pins, and the red wire goes to the outside.
Outside, bottom or top, because it's like mounted up.
Yeah, so top of the board is the end stops. So the bottom row of pins on AUX 3.
AUX 3. That's behind the fan, right?
Yeah, it's to the right of the fan if the board's standing up.
Hold on.
It's just like the LCD connector, only it's flipped the other way underneath it.
Okay, mine's showing with the USB to the top. In the picture that I have here, it's showing it to the left of the fan. And the fan is in the right one. Here, I can show you the. See the blue box right here?
Yep.
That's the, it's to the left of the fan. The fan is in the right one. That one's the one closest to the thing. The capacitor.
But that, but that's for your hot end fan.
I can go back over here, show you. The fans are right up here. That's the thermistors. It doesn't show the fans on this one. I had to go back over to the 2 to get the picture for the fan.
Take V cable from P2, connect it to the Pender probe, the cable extruder.
Yeah, you took the hot end fan used to go here. It no longer goes here. Is that right? Or it's a different hot end fan, right?
No, it shouldn't be.
From the 2 to the 2.5? Yeah, you get the
Did they give you a 5-volt fan?
You get the what you call it, the Noctua fan.
It's a 5-volt fan. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense then. Now I'm with you. So that fan goes up to your Z. So your Z max in stop.
The X Max.
Yep.
X Max. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. But then your filament sensor, go back to So the picture to the right of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The pink.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the Pender probe, and that's plugged in correctly.
Okay.
That'll only plug in one direction.
So where you're plug that pink square in the center, if you go to the right, the 10-pin connector that's horizontal is EXP3. Is that filament sensor plugged in there on the bottom row with the red wire out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just making sure there's not voltage coming back in or something.
Yeah, no, and then all that's correct.
Okay.
There's no voltage coming anywhere from anywhere. So I'm at a loss, man. I'm freaking stop screen. So I don't know. And I don't know, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll try new motors first. I guess I can order some new motors and try that first. If I order today, they should be here Saturday, I think. So hopefully I can do that. And because like I said, the Z's are smooth as crap, but you can't really tell with Z, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it'll let me move the Z up out of the way. Because earlier I was getting it one direction, but it wouldn't go the other. Yeah, see, when I just roll this, you see how smooth? I mean, that's perfectly smooth. There's no stutter, there's no skip, there's no nothing. It just goes.
Yep.
Now, it won't let me go the other way. They won't move the other way. I can feel it trying.
In Pronterface, if you just hit the button hit the button for Z home, will it home?
Let's see. Oh, I got to connect. Hold on. Could not connect. Oh, got to plug it back in. I got my light plugged in, so I need a hub. I need another hub.
It's pretty bright for a USB light. That's pretty nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
My daughter gave it to me. She wasn't using it.
Awesome.
All right, so it's connecting. All right, I'm connected up. Now you want me to hit just Z home.
Just Z home, yeah, but it's probably going to complain that X and Y aren't home.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So let's see. If I home Y, I click home Y and it's not doing anything either. Home X isn't doing anything. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, that's probably because Prusa doesn't. Well, it should actually. Let's see.
It might be Robert V-Line, but I don't think so. If that was the case, it would have worked exactly as it did before with the old firmware. The only thing that would have been wrong would have been my Z height. That's the only thing I should have had to change from my original firmware to now. That and the in-stop switching. Carl said, what you mean he's had Chris Riley helping for an hour and a half and it's still not working? Chris is losing his touch.
One printer too many.
But I don't have Chris's part cabinet either, so I can't just go over and grab another motor, willy-nilly.
Yeah. If you do G28 space W, does that do anything?
Let's see, if I go G28 space W, it did nothing. Oh, well, it's because it's waiting on me. This board, it keeps rebooting. I guess it did it when I plugged it in. Now it's trying like crazy. All right, Y is backwards, which I knew. So wait, can I swap the end stops and do that? I have to re-upload the firmware, right?
Yeah.
Or swap those motors.
Right.
All right, so let's disconnect from here. What file is that in? Is that config H or config Prusa?
I'm gonna say it's in config H, but don't quote me.
Configuration H. Control F. It's invert, right?
No, it's in configuration _ Prusa. Sorry.
Okay. It's
Just search invert is what you search for.
all right.
But
X
it looked
nope.
so when you were doing home, it looked like Z was going up too. So are all of them inverted?
They may be. I'm gonna try them all.
All right, cool. I'm still wondering if it's some sort of like the Prusa firmware is trying to safeguard you.
Yeah, where was the PWM at? Wasn't it in here too?
Yeah, it's right underneath it, I want to say.
It's down a little ways.
It's down a ways, yeah.
All right, so I need to set the PWM current. Let's set X and Y to what? 900?
Yeah, I just set all three of them to 900 for now.
All right.
And current loud.
I'm just in current loud?
Yeah.
Oh, I was setting them in current quiet.
You could do all of them for now. It doesn't matter, but
I'll just do loud first. 900. 900. And 900. That should do it, right? That reversed my motors. My end stops are correct. So let's upload that. It's compiling.
yeah. So a G28W, if this is for chat, G28W is what Prusa uses. That means without leveling. So if you did just a regular G28 on a Prusa, if you sent it, it would try to a G29. Prusa doesn't use G29. They use G80.
Gusner, I reset the directions on the motors just now, and I'm uploading the firmware now. And when that gets done, I'm going to try to home this. Joe Prince comes on. It says, run while you can, 3D Gusner.
Oh, Gusner is a glutton for punishment, or he wouldn't be on these streams.
I'll tell you what, Joe Prince is pretty smart, too, when it comes to these freaking Prusas, man. He really is.
Yeah.
Him and Matrix give me a hard time all the time. All right, so it's uploading still. It's like when I disconnect or connect, the board reboots.
Yeah. That's pretty usual.
Because it's on the home screen now, hey, this is unsupported. All right, so it says done upgrading. All right, so you want me to do, I got to get out of this screen because it won't let you do anything. So let's go over to Prana Face again and connect. What did I knock off now? Oh, I just kicked that motor over. All right, so I am connected. Paused for user. Of course it is because it rebooted. All right, I'm on the home screen now. Hit this and go send. All right, X is trying to move. It's not moving. Oh, now Y is moving. Y is smooth as silk now.
Okay.
All right, Y homed. Z did not. Z did not home. It went down just a little bit and didn't do anything. But that's also because X did not home.
Did it throw a homing error?
Not on the screen. It did not. And I don't see anything on there. It says busy processing and then nothing. So you want me to try homing from the screen?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not?
That's under calibration. Auto home. X is still not moving like it should. Y thinks that it's not homed. And then Z just kicks down. And it gave no error whatsoever on here.
So Y thinks it didn't trigger the end stop?
Yeah, well, I mean, it got to the end and went brrr. instead of stopping. What's the M119 say? All right, so Z minimum is triggered, and it should not be. X and Y are both open. Y should not be. Y should be triggered right now.
Hmm.
Do you have the Pinda installed? Is it red? It is red. Yes, it is lit up red, and it untriggers whenever I do the metal thing here. The light goes away. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. Supposedly. Now they're all open. And now minimum is triggered again, which is where it should be. And then they're open again. Dude, this is messed up. I'm telling you. Because I'm hitting M119 and it's changing every time I hit it, or every fourth or fifth time I hit it. Because I just hit it 1, 2, they're open, 3 open, 4 open, 5 open, 6 is triggered, 7 triggered, now open again.
You said you had Ultimachine in-stop switches on that thing?
No, these are Prusa in-stops.
And you've got the outer 2 legs connected, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's saying open. If I move the bed off of here, let's see what it says now. Now the Z is triggered. Nothing else. Now Y is triggered. So apparently my Y is not making it far enough back to hit that. Which that makes sense. I'm running a plastic Y carriage, so I could see that.
Yeah.
Because the Y is still open back here. Let's see if I'm actually hitting it. I can't get back that far. Son of a biscuit. Turn this way so I can see what you're doing. Yeah, my Y, the bed, because it's triggered off of the bed, the belt holder.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem to be getting back far enough to get it. The belt holder is hitting the thing first. So that makes sense for the Y. Okay, I get that. Now the X, let's see if I hit it again. X is triggered, and it's working perfectly. It's like the Z is the only thing that's not working correctly. All right, with the X all the way over, it's not triggered, and it should be. Man, I tell you what, I know how to fix all of that. I think that may be backwards. No? That should be hitting. It's there. It's going all the way over. It's smooth, unless my fan wires are in the way, which they could be. That is a problem with these. But I don't understand the Z, man, bouncing back and forth. I don't get that.
Yeah. I'm pulling up a diagram here real quick. Let me see.
Because my X and Y's are working. I just need to make them trigger.
So on your in-stops, so you've got top of the board where the USB is. Your in-stop wires are plugged into the center one and the bottom one on each one, right? So your ground, you got ground and signal plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my X and Y are working like they're supposed to.
Okay.
But it's the Z that's not.
Your Pinda plugs floating around.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know how it went bad just sitting here either. Because no joke. I mean, and you can watch this. Watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to share this screen again. And see if you can read the, can you read that on the bottom right there?
Mm-hmm.
See, it shows Z triggered. All right, I'm just going to hit the enter key without doing anything else. It's open. It's triggered. It's open. It's triggered. 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 Open. And the light's not moving. Nothing's moving. It's just randomly picking what it wants to pick. The Pinda has, hold on, let me see. The Pinda has 4 wires. One, 2, 3. Is that right? Yeah, 4 wires.
Yeah.
Got a red, a yellow. I can't see the color. Red, a yellow, and a black. No, what is that? Red, yellow. No, it's only 3 wires. Red, yellow, and black. And the black is split off. The Pinda has 3 wires. So Pinda 2, yes.
Oh, so the sensor you have only has 3 wires, but it's split off in that one of those Ys.
Yeah. The one goes to that center connector. I have the other one somewhere. I do not know where it's at because I had the version 1 and it was doing some funny things. So I got a version 2 and it was working fine. And I don't know where it's at. I have no idea where that's at right now. Version 2 has 4 wires, brown, blue, black. I just dropped my wedding ring. Brown, blue, black, white. Okay, brown, blue, black, and white. No, mine are red, yellow, and black. That's my 3 wires. I just. All right, so now I've got the pliers holding it up to it. Let me go over here and hit the enter key. And now it's triggered. Now open, triggered, open, triggered, open, 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 triggered, open, triggered, with the pliers laying on the Pinda probe. So it could be a bad Pinda probe. That still doesn't explain the X motor, or unless the board's just bad, you know?
Yeah.
So on Sunday, Chris can help me plug all this into an INSI board and change it to 12 volts and see if that works.
I'd be real curious to see what Marlin does on it.
Well, let's do it. We got 17 minutes.
All right.
So I've downloaded the latest version of Marlin. So let me close the IDE. Go to my Marlin folder that I downloaded it to. Marlin 1.1.x.
Yep.
Go down here and get the Marlin NO. All right, now, and I believe I've already changed the board in here.
Okay.
Isn't that in configuration H?
Yep.
Let me look for Mini Rambo. Or just Rambo. Yeah. I've got the motherboard defined as a Mini Rambo. I have changed nothing else in here.
Okay.
So what do we need to do? Just upload it that way?
I mean, if you upload it that way, you wouldn't have. It's going to expect you have a Z in-stop switch. There's going to be a bunch of things in there, but your motors would move.
Well, I mean, if you want to change those real quick, we can do that. Let's change what we need to.
All right.
All right. So I've got the smart rep wrap screen on there. Does it come default with that, or does that change?
Let me see. Okay. So we have the same version of firmware. Go to File Preferences and hit the tick box on display line numbers so I can tell you what number I'm on.
tick box, display line numbers, and hit OK. All right, so I got it.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so discount smart controller is on line 1532. Is that one uncommented?
1532. Hold on, I'm getting there. I went past it. Is there a go-to line in Arduino?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, there is. Control L.
1532 rep_discount smart controller is uncommented.
Okay, excellent. So you've got Mini Rambo selected. That's good. Thermistors will leave. Well, yeah, we'll leave those default. We're just going to test motor stuff here now. Yeah. PID, thermal runaway, X-min max. And we can leave that for now.
I know all the motors need to be reversed. The end stops, I think, need to be reversed in Marlin.
So let's uncomment line 719.
719 and go to it. Uncomment fixed mounted probe. Okay.
Let's go to 779. It's right underneath it.
Yeah.
That's going to be 20 instead of 10. That's going to be 23. And the one underneath it's going to be -9.
-9.
Yep. The line 784 is going to be 0 instead of 10.
789 is going to,
or 784.
784. There we go. It's going to be what? 0?
Yep.
Okay.
So and then 851 through 53 is your direction inverted. You say all of them false.
Hold on. 8 what?
851.
Oh,
Yep.
So true. I mean, we can try them this way, but
we might just have to check it when we get it done.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's leave those how they are.
Yeah, 882 and 883. You want them 250 and 210.
250, 210. Okay.
We can leave. We have to adjust this other stuff later. I just want to see if it works. So line 978. You're going to take the comment off of that one.
978. Take the comment off the bed leveling by linear. Okay.
And you're going to miss all the spots, but we can worry about that in a minute. Oh, do you have a 52?
I've got the plate on it.
Okay, excellent. Z-safe, skew. So that's good enough to get you up and running with an LCD screen.
Well, what about the end stops?
End stops, they're standard. They're all set to false.
Okay.
So I don't know which way they're going to end up being, but we'll probably have to go back and adjust it anyway.
All right. So save that and upload it, right?
Yep.
And I'm plugged in. Am I turned on? Yes, I am. And upload. It's compiling. Yeah, I've only been in Marlin a couple times and that was when I was building the country bow.
Yeah.
And the other one that I had running. So I mean, it's been over a year since I've even played with Marlin at all.
Seems like I configure it every day.
Gusner, that may be correct. You may be absolutely right. Is there a way to tell it that it's a Pinda 2 and not a Pinda 1? Or that I have a Pinda 1 instead of a Pinda 2?
I would guess not. I don't know, actually. I have to go and look at the code.
Well, and my thing is, though, this is the upgrade that I bought from Prusa. This is what I got in the box for the 2.5 upgrade.
Oh. And from the document, it looked like they gave you a Pinda 2.
Well, the colors on the plugins, according to Gusner, are not. And the 3 wires coming out, it's only a 3-wire plug. Now,
Yeah.
like I said, I did have another one. Where it's at is anybody's guess, because it's probably still over in my other house, in the other room over there.
Yeah, Pinda 1 is just going to have blue, black, and brown on it. That's just 3-wire. And then Pinda 2 is going to have 4 wires.
Right. You should also have a Y cable for the Pinda V2 to Mini Rambo. Well, I mean, I know, but I've got the Y cable is the one that I have here, and it's 3 wires. There's no 4 wires on it. All right, I got a bunch of errors. Oh, it's timed out. No, never mind. Hold on. Let me disconnect from Pronterface. That helps out. Let's try this again. And HVAC A to Z sent me a Pinda 1, so he sent me a Pinda 1 as well.
There you go.
But I have the version 1, right? The Pinda 1. That's what I have now.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so if he sent me a new one, that's cool. I've got 51 days to get White Knight parts printed and send a picture to get entered into the belt drawing. What's the belt drawing? Is he giving away a friggin' White Knight or what?
I don't know. I can tell you, we can't say a whole lot, but I can tell you Fun in the Country Basement had a big week as far as the Earth progression. So
yes, we did.
It's going to be pretty exciting.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's killer.
Oh, well, yeah, he may be right. Hold on. Yeah. No, wait. I was looking at the wrong thing. The Pinda probe I have is blue, black, brown, and white. That is correct. I was looking at the damn fan again. So he's right. I do have a 4-wire Pinda probe, and it is blue, brown, black, and white.
Yep.
Sean Butler just emailed you something.
Alrighty. I'll take a look at it.
You tagged Chris in the post. You didn't tag Walter in the post.
I'm not even sure what we posted.
Carl said he tagged you in the post about some giveaway or something.
Oh. I haven't looked.
Watch today's Carl video. Okay, I'll have to do that. Okay, so I'm done uploading in Marlin. What do you want me to do here?
Well, did we get a screen?
I do have a screen, yes.
Excellent.
X, Y, and Z are all 0 question mark. They're bouncing back and forth because it hadn't been home.
Well, let's Pronterface and see if 119 looks any good.
Oh, hold on. I got a whole bunch of gibberish.
It's probably because we jumped to 250,000 instead of
115.
Yeah.
All right, now I got a whole bunch of stuff now.
Yep.
Marlin 119, blah blah blah. So let's do an M119. X, Y, and Z are all open.
And that is a true statement, yeah.
Now Z is triggered after the 3rd enter. Now it's open.
Yeah, pull that thermistor wire, the white wire off that Pinda probe. Just pull it and leave it hanging, and see if that makes a difference.
All right. So let's see. Nope.
Still hopping around.
Yep. Still hopping from there to triggered.
And I believe, so from the top of the from the top of the board where the USB cable is, where your Z is plugged in, it should go brown, blue, black, I believe.
Well, no. It's black, blue, brown. And it's a Rambo plug. I mean, you can't plug it in but one direction.
Okay. Well, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, triggered, open, triggered.
Hmm.
It's just back and forth. So maybe the Penda went bad, which sucks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try another probe. Just G20, just G28, just for fun.
All right. Z went sky high, and that's where it stopped. You hear it?
Yep.
So it went the wrong way.
No, it was actually trying to save you from collision, and our numbers are way too high.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Printer halted.
Sure enough.
Yeah, homing failed. Printer halted. Please reset.
Yeah. If you want to try it again, if you go into Marlin, go to 611.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me disconnect from here before I forget again. All right, so control line 611.
Yep. Change that from 8080 to 100 and then 4000 to 400.
100, 4,000 to 400.
And then change 500. Yeah, 500 to like 130 or something like that.
All right.
Re-upload that.
Re-upload this. Yeah, I don't trust the Pender probe now.
Yeah.
It's compiling. This will be the last time. Then we'll look at it again on Sunday. We may just go to the Rambo board and see.
Yeah. Now I'm curious.
You're curious about the Pender probe?
Yeah, well, about the whole thing.
Gustner said try a factory reset. We're doing Marlin now. So he said unplug the Pender from the board, then do a factory reset.
I have I got a program from Ultimate Machine. I think it's called Save My Rambo or something. That takes you back to square one. So we might do that on Sunday.
All right. Yeah, I mean, send it to me in an email. That way I've got it, and we can try that.
Yeah, I'll send you what I got if I can find it.
Yeah, the red light's on right now. I mean, and if I put metal up to it, the red light goes off just like it's supposed to. I mean, the Penda seems to be working. Yeah, I mean, and it's triggering like it's supposed to. All right, so we're done uploading. What am I doing now?
Just G28 and see what it does.
All right, so let's go back over here. Let's reconnect with Pronter face, and yeah, I got an M907 of 1300, 1300, and 1250.
There you go. Bring it big.
G28. All right, the X is just going back and forth. It doesn't know which direction it wants to go. And it halted the printer. So let's try moving the Y. But the Y was moving smooth earlier, remember?
Yeah.
We had it moving smooth. Control, motion. No, that's not it. Wait, it's prepare, isn't it? To move the axes, yeah. All right, so move Y. Move it 10 millimeters. Yeah, Y is working fine. Smooth. I mean, don't get me wrong. 1350 is way too high on the voltage.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and you can tell too because it's humming when it moves.
Yeah, I can hear it squeaking from here.
But it's moving smooth. No skipping, no nothing. All right, so let's try the X and see what the X does. Can you see that?
Yep.
It goes one direction, then comes the other.
And I guess it's got to be wire or motor. I can't believe it, but
I mean, I tell you what. Here, let's do this. I'll take 1 minute, and I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to plug in the other motor that I've got down here.
Mm-hmm.
This one, and I've got 2 Z's down here. So I'm going to try those and see, just not on the printer, but just in the air.
Yeah.
And see what we get here. All right, so this is the one that was originally on it, because I could have swore that I took this one off because it was doing something similar to that before, so I changed it out. So let me turn it back on. Let's go to prepare. Move axes. Move X. No, it's doing the same thing. Watch it. Well, but I can feel it as it goes around. It's moving the motor, but it gets to a point and goes, brr.
Yeah.
But it's not trying to go backwards and forwards. It is actually moving the direction you tell it to.
But once it gets any kind of load,
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I put any load on that at all. Here, I'm going to try another one.
well, if you try that motor you just tried on Y, does it do the same thing? Y wire?
Let's find out. Take the Y wire loose and stick it out the back of the printer so I can get to it. Let's plug this into Y. Well, and the Y may actually do that, on the board. No, it's smooth as silk.
So that wire you got going to X has to be misconfigured or something, or there's a break in one of them, or.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I've got one of my other Z motor wires, because that's the Z motor wire. It's not even the X.
Okay.
Here's my other Z motor wire that I had on here. So let's take this one off. Which direction are you going? All right, I've got it backwards. It's plugged in backwards, but it should be configured the same, right?
Yeah, backwards and forwards. That should just be the direction. It's just what 2 you have paired up.
That could be one problem. When I went to unplug it, all the wires came out of the plug.
That might be a problem.
These are the original A-net plugs too. Oh, come on, I need my pliers here so I can get to this thing. I got to be able to get the connector out. It really shouldn't be anything holding that in. It's just a smooth connector and it's stuck. That's lovely.
Maybe it's melted.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know why it's not wanting to come out, though. That is weird. I can't get a hold of it with the pliers. They're slipping off of the plastic. What in the crap? Oh, wait, this was a Rambo plug, wasn't it? Yeah, on this one I had a Rambo. That's why it's not coming out, right?
Yeah.
That's why I pulled all my wires out. Come on, get a hold of the plug. Really should take that door off. Probably a lot easier to take this out. There it come out. All right. So here's a Z. I'm going to plug it in the same as the X because they should be configured the exact same way.
Yep.
So there's that. Now I'm going to plug it into this motor on the ground that I just tested and worked good.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go back to move X. Now I'm going to hold it. Now it's moving like a scalded dog. So it's working like it should now. So let me try this other motor up here. Because I believe this motor is no good. I believe I swapped over to a bad motor. Nope. Smooth as silk.
Gotta be them wires, man.
Oh, I mean, I've got good wire on it now, so it's working fine.
Yeah. Yep.
So now all my motors are working.
I think you got it.
Let me move Z down. Well, at least I know it's not the Rambo, and that's really nice.
I have faith in Rambo. That's man.
All
You
right,
can do some horrible things to those poor boards.
My Z motors are backwards, so
Okay.
yeah, they're working smooth as silk too. So now I should be able to put the Prusa firmware back on here, and everything work.
Yeah, if we can get that Penda probe figured out.
Yeah, I mean, other than the Penda probe though, all the well, let me plug my Y back in, and I can up the voltages because these are running at 1300,
Right.
1350. So I need to update the X and Y to like 1100 or so in the Prusa. Or do you think 900 should do it?
Oh, I would think 800 would probably be more than enough for all those, depending on what types of motors those are. But I mean,
well, we can set that outside of the firmware, right? Can't we set that?
you can set it with M907.
All right, you gave me the code, so M907X900. You want to try that?
Yeah, go ahead.
M907X90 and hit enter. That should have done it, right?
Yep.
All right, so now let's move the X10. That's still a little high, I think.
Yeah, Prusa runs at like almost no voltage at all, so or currents.
All right, so this should be working. Then I can load the Prusa firmware and set the voltages up a little bit. Now, was there somewhere I needed to set the screen different in Prusa firmware?
No. I mean, it was working before, right?
Yeah, it was working before.
Yeah,
so
no.
Let me disconnect from Pronterface and go back and open that up.
You should be able to just go back and it work.
So I should be able to go back to close the Arduino, open up the sketch for the 2.5, right?
Yep. Chris is looking agitated. No, there's a mosquito down here, and I've been bit twice, and I can't catch it.
I am just about to hit a dry tank on my vape, and that would suck. Just suck in burning. I'm going to tell you, Chris, you know, yesterday I went to Galaxy's Edge. We talked while I was on my way.
Yeah.
That was a wasted trip.
Really?
I was so disappointed, dude. And don't get me wrong, the world is fantastic. It looks great, right? They've upped the prices on things that I watch videos on from California to here, which really pissed me off because they were already high priced.
Yeah.
But the only thing to do in there other than buy merchandise and eat is one ride. That's it. There's no character meet and greets. They walk around in the street, the stormtroopers do and stuff like that. But there's nothing to do in there except for shop and eat.
Huh.
Nothing.
What a bummer.
I mean, you can go build a lightsaber for $200.
Jeez.
You can go build a droid, which I do want to do for $99, which I do want to do. Okay. But other than that, there's nothing in there.
Huh.
All right. So the LCD's working. I need to go to configuration_Prusa and go to the motor voltages, which that's acceleration, retract acceleration. I don't know where the hell they are. Hold on. There they are. So we've got the defaults at 900, 900, 900 for loud.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, I mean, you can crank them down later if you want to, but I know that's going to work.
Well, somewhere, and I believe I set them correctly for the inverted. I inverted X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So those should be correct. the end stops are correct. All right, upload. Hell with it. Upload it. I know I can go back to the Marlin config and actually get it to work once I get the Pender probe. And I may do what Gustner said and just do a factory reset on this to unhook the Pender probe, do a factory reset, rehook it in, and then put the firmware back on here and see if that fixes it.
Yeah.
Later, old curmudgeon. We're almost done too. I'm 10 minutes over time, and Chris is done, and he's ready to go to bed too. He's old.
I'm old. Break out the cheese whiz, you bet. What was I thinking? Oh, is that did you get that board from Prusa or did you get it from Ultimachine?
This board I got from Ultimachine.
Okay, so it doesn't have the Prusa bootloader on it.
No.
Okay.
Would that make a difference?
Well, I mean, they're slightly different, but I mean, I don't think it's going to make. The only reason why I asked because Gustner was asking about factory reset, and those bootloaders are going to be different, but I know that I can get I know the one from Ultimachine. I don't know about the Prusa one. I think they're just a bit different though.
Oh yeah,
I believe.
And Gustner said yes, it makes a difference. Shouldn't make a difference in the firmware running when it was running the Prusa firmware before.
No.
So that really shouldn't matter about the firmware running. It's still uploading, so give it just a second. What'd you have for supper?
Me, I had hamburger helper.
Did you?
Yep.
I'm supposed to have a pork chop waiting on me when I get home.
You're late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she cooked it right after she got home at 5, and I come over here at 5:30, so I'm gonna have to microwave it anyway.
Yeah.
Prusa Slicer will complain as the Prusa bootloader is smaller. Okay. All right, this is done uploading. It said this is unofficial. So now let's go down here to move. Settings, move axes, move the X. Back to stuttering. So Marlin, they're working smooth. Prusa firmware, they are not. But we may have to go to the Prusa firmware and just be done with it that way. I mean, the Marlin firmware and be done with it that way.
Yeah.
That really doesn't matter. He said change, dubbed out, said change VREFs again. What's the VREFs?
Yeah, he's talking about driver current. But man, they're so high now.
Yeah, they're at 900 now.
Yeah.
I mean, and when I changed them to 900 on Marlin, they were working just fine. Now, my default axis steps per unit, 100, 100, 3200, 8 or /8. So that's divided by 8, I'm taking it. And then 133. So
yeah,
those should all be basically what you said to set it to.
Right.
That's really weird.
Says, let's see, 1.3 motherboard. Is there a boards file in this thing?
Yeah, there's a boards.h.
Yeah, let me look. Boards.
Because I had to change that the other day. I had to look in boards.h and get the mini Rambo one. Where's it at? There's the pins. Where's the hell's the boards? Did I go past it? I don't even see it in here.
It calls out board numbers on that voltage or the current. That's what I was asking.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, well, it called like it says if board number this, then do this. But I was looking for where those numbers were defined.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one here. All right. So if motherboard equals 203 or 200, I could have swore this was 302 in the boards.
Yeah, 203 or 200. But it calls it out as a mini Rambo. I'm not sure what that number means, but or what that number is configured as.
Yeah, but I don't see the board.h file.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Gusner may still be on here. Gusner, do you know where the boards are at? I mean, there's a pins for mini Rambo. There it is. I found it. All right. So board Rambo mini. Yeah, it's a 203. 1_3 should be 203.
Okay. Yep.
The INSI is 310.
Gotcha.
So those should be getting set.
Yep.
Yeah, the current PWM range is 2000. Now, is this in quiet mode? Does it come in quiet mode automatically?
I don't think so, but definitely check it.
Yeah, it's in silent mode.
Oh.
Now I'm auto power, high power. That's where I want to be, right?
Yep.
So let's go try that. Still stuttering though. It's moving now, but it's just. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. Well, we can definitely get you a Marlin config. I know that. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, as long as I can get the Pender probe to work right, then Marlin, I just leave the damn plate on it and I can print with it.
Yeah.
That's really weird, man. But they are at 900, which is what I set them to in Marlin. I could have swore. Anyway. All right, let's go over here, and I've got the M900. Let's set it to, let's set the X to 1350. 1350. Enter.
Bang.
Now it's stuttering. It's just stuttering faster. It's like the steps per millimeter are off on these motors.
Yeah, like a lot.
A lot, right? But you wouldn't think so, right?
No, I mean, Prusa uses the same stuff.
So let me try the Y and see what it does. Stutters just like that. So the X and Y motors have got to be, the steps per millimeter have got to be way off in this firmware.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that would cause something to be that far off would be microstepping.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah, I mean, because we're talking like, half or double to cause something like that.
And that could be the case, though, you think?
Yeah, let me look at that. Let's see.
That's ridiculous. These are 1.8 degree, not 0.9.
Yeah.
So,
It says microstep modes, then they're all 16s.
That's in the firmware?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I'm seeing it in configuration_ADV. Like line 200.
Yeah, they're all set to 16, so it's not. Wow. Stepper driver microstepping mode table. Low, low, high, low, low, high, 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 high. Okay. Dude, I don't know. Got me.
I've done a lot of this on Mark III firmware, but now that I think about it, I've never done any of the Mark II stuff.
Invert X step pin.
Yeah, and that's all listed as default or as false in default Marlin.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Really don't have any idea. Connect to this. Huh. Oh. Pause for me. Yeah, the Zeke probe, even I'm doing it again. It's still bouncing all over the place. Which is weird. But anyway, all right. So can I M92 it? M92 is what? What does that do?
That's
Sets the defaults, right?
That sets E steps, yeah. Or not E steps, steps. That sets all the steps.
All right. Well, Chris, I appreciate you being on here, bud. I'm gonna let me tell them bye, and I'll be right back.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. All right, guys, that's it. Chris Riley, we got it working on Marlin. We got it moving correctly. I've got to do some things for my end stops because neither one of them are triggering for some reason with the pads that are supposed to be triggering them. So I got to figure out what's going on with I understand the Y, I don't understand the X. So anyway, but we'll see you Sunday. Fun in the Country Basement. We are on, I don't know, Chris, I think. Chris have it. Fun Country Basement. I did, yeah. Chris has got it. I see him shaking his head down there in the little window. So Chris has got it. So we'll see you on Sunday, and we will talk to you then. You guys take care and have a good weekend.